Hello everyone, I am Renowned Zero, and today we're going to be talking about one of Eric July's latest detractors, who has a YouTube channel called Pop Counterculture, which seems to be a channel kind of like this anti-woke, I guess, channel. He makes a lot of videos seemingly about, Critical Drinker, Mauler, Eric July, Rags, Nerdrotic, Geeks and Gamers, Jeremy from the Quartering, and this guy is essentially doing the same thing as all the other detractors, calling Eric July a grifter and saying that he's not giving people products and all this other stuff. But to give you some context of where this all started, we'll take our attention to right here, where Eric is responding to this person saying, without wokeness, you wouldn't have an industry to ruin. So claiming that Eric somehow ruined the comic industry, which he has nothing to do with because he wasn't a part of the comic industry, and even if he did, pretty sure he wouldn't ruin it. He'd probably save it. Which he was saying that, she's not wrong. If you launched Ice within your built-in audience of angry fanboys, it would flop. About as bad as your rap career, which he doesn't have a rap career. He just put out mixtapes, which the mixtape was very good, and he gave it out to the fans for free, and people voluntarily gave him money for it. You'd be nothing without Marvel or DC, which is not correct. He's been doing videos well before he was even doing any comic book commentary with his music stuff and socio-political commentary. I hope you thank them every day, because without them you have nothing to contribute to society, which at some point this man did actually backtrack and get caught in 4K, essentially lying, because he was calling Eric a fake Marvel fan, in which Eric posted a bunch of pictures showing that he was a Marvel fan prior to anything going on right now in comics, and he was also responding to him, because he said, even better, my doctor told me I'm healthy, needed more vitamins, or otherwise I'm good. Unlike you, I don't exploit vulnerable people. I will, the job that contributes positively to society, and I commute. If I had the time, I'd work out more, but I still walk my dog every other day, which that's a lazy-ass excuse. Like, my dude, I work 10 to 12 hours a day, 5 days a week, and I still manage to put in at least an hour at the gym 5 days a week. This is not healthy. You're a fat motherfucker. Go work out. You are morbidly obese, is what Eric July says. If your doctor told you were healthy, I suggest looking further into his, her, they, them, its credentials, and then finding a new primary care physician, because this is not healthy. It's not healthy at all. Whatsoever. Because these are the photos here that Eric posted from when he was 22, basically telling this guy that, yes, he was a Marvel fan for a while, basically wearing Marvel shirts while he was touring with his band. And this was the apology here, the non-apology. Oh, never mind, just saw the full pictures. Okay, fair enough, man, I was wrong, my bad. Which he called them, don't be sorry, ho, be careful. And this is also another picture from 8 years ago. These are all pictures that he was showing this guy to prove that he was a Marvel fan. Well, way before all of this stuff with his channel. So we're gonna bring it back up and I'll show you real quick. You can see all the thumbnails and stuff. You can see Yellow Flash in this one, Yellow Flash, Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. You can see Vera Dark, Nerdrotic, and such. So you can see what kind of channel he essentially has, complaining about a lot of people. And I'm going to say this before I continue. Do not harass this person. Do not go over there and put any comments or anything towards him. Let him be. So now we're going to get into the meat of this video, where he's responding to Eric July on a stream like yesterday. It's about 10 seconds. Saying that, fans don't like original ideas. Let's take a listen.
There is just simply more money to be made with rehashing old ideas than there is by pushing original ones, right? So then, Eric...
that might be true for some characters like Batman and Superman and Spider-Man, but people want new stories, which is why Isom was so successful away from the mainstream, because the current mainstream comics are shit. So we'll go into the next clip here. Finally got the definition of a grifter from the woke perspective. This is coming from the RippaVerse Goalpost Twitter account. If you do not follow them and you want some hilarity, go follow them. They are not affiliated with RippaVerse at all, but they are an account that typically keeps up with all these weirdo detractors. So if you want to keep up, you can. So let's take a listen to what he says.
I said that he was a grifter, and then someone a few like an hour later said, after all that, are you still going to call Eric July a grifter and all that shit? I said, oh yeah, 100% he's still a grifter. And someone pulled the whole,
The definition of a grifter is essentially selling a product, promising something, taking people's money, and then never delivering on said product. But to these people, grifter just means someone who's more successful than me.
Well, according to the dictionary, grifter means this and that and this and that. And I was like, okay, dude, like, sure, yeah, like a grifter is someone who commits fraud, but also a grifter to me, the Eric July form of grifting.
So yeah, a person who commits fraud, which is something that Eric July has never committed when it comes to ISOM #1 or to delivering YouTube videos for the public to watch. He's delivered on the campaign over 49,000 orders. So how can he be a grifter? That makes no sense. But let's continue.
It's somewhere up there with what like psychic mediums do, right? Where they take advantage of vulnerable people who are in need of this emotional thing and feeds them this bullshit, this bullshit that is exploiting their.
So essentially, Eric July, according to this guy, is feeding people bullshit. What in the fucking world are you talking about? Go hit the gym, fat ass. He's not feeding people BS. He said he was going to make this company, make this comic book, hire these people, paid them very well. They've come out saying that they've been paid better than they've ever been paid working at the Big Two. And he's delivered upon the product that he promised that he would deliver, including merchandise. What are you talking about?
Need for something, whether it be closure in the terms of actual psychic mediums or in the terms of Eric July's fan base. He feeds them this narrative that whatever's pissing their audience off when it comes to media or society is the result of this big grand woke agenda and shit like that. And that's so.
Yes, there is a woke agenda within places like Disney and Marvel and DC, and he backs these things up with facts, with videos, with words that are said by people who work at Marvel and DC. Kind of like when he talks about Miles Morales being Miles Morales and only being created for the sake of checking a box, and for them having a black Spider-Man, which he will never be Spider-Man. He will always be considered Miles Morales. Peter Parker is Spider-Man, and that's it. That's a fact. You Google that, that is what comes up. Peter Parker, not Miles Morales.
So stupid. That's going to be something else we're going to.
You're the only one that's stupid here, so. I'm going to jump into this last one. I think we actually got a couple more. Oh, we got a couple more to go. So now apparently Eric July is Candace Owens.
The big issue, and sort of the one that everybody kind of loves him for, is that he's their Candace Owens. He's there to sort of.
First of all, Candace Owens is a conservative. Eric July is a libertarian. So you already defeat your argument.
Say the stuff that white conservatives say that is kind of racist, but say it through a black guy. So
not everyone who follows Eric July is white or conservative. I'm Puerto Rican. You fucking piece of shit. Go fuck yourself. I would probably put myself in the conservative bracket, but I've been leaning more towards a libertarian way of thinking ever since watching Eric July. Taxation is theft.
So that nobody can say it's racist. Nobody can feel racist about it because, hey, Eric July says it's cool, so it's not racist, right?
It's this typical narrative that where if a black person says something, it's not racist because, as these wokies believe that black people can't be racist, which is the farthest thing from the truth. Everyone can be racist. Stop the bullshit.
So because of that, one of his main things is essentially that Hollywood is pawning off like second-rate leftover characters. I think he has like a whole thing about it, like they're disrespecting black people by casting them in what was white, and what used to be white roles, when he should be giving them, original characters or letting them stand on their own. And
It's 100% correct. It's essentially the argument of Hollywood only seeing legitimacy in black characters that were originally white, aka tokenized versions of original characters. Similar to, like I already mentioned, Miles Morales being a tokenized version of Peter Parker, or as Eric July would call him, Peter Darker. Similar to Black Captain America, who is the Falcon. Steve Rogers is Captain America. Why not bring all the black characters that they already have in Marvel's library and put them on the screen, and stop race swapping for the sake of race swapping? Diversity for diversity's sake, no diversity of thought. It's not a hard concept for most people, but it's a hard concept for retards like this. Let's roll on into the next clip.
Whatever. They're having the Falcon become the new Captain America. If you think that is disrespectful and that Hollywood is just giving its sloppy seconds to black people, dude, that's actually going to succeed. Like,
it hasn't succeeded with the show, so it's not going to succeed with the movie. And all the movies have been downhill in quality since Avengers Endgame, besides Spider-Man No Way Home, because Tobey Maguire's the GOAT. So no, it's not going to work. It's not really ever worked.
Like, that's actually going to have a chance to succeed in the marketplace, because that's what people are actually buying. That's what
No one is buying Black Captain America comic books. No one is buying Miles Morales comic books. So what the hell are you talking about?
Market is supporting. The market is not supporting original ideas.
And Disney Plus has lost, how many? I think 2.4 million subscribers recently. So what are you talking about?
You are an exception, Eric July, because you built an audience for yourself of angry, right-wing incels, entitled crybabies, whatever the fuck.
Being libertarian does not mean you're right-wing. And you literally just said conservatives, right? Conservatives aren't right-wing either. Conservatives fall in the middle between left and right. So you literally just... God. You just said conservatives, and then you went to right-wing. So which one is it?
You want to call them and shit, right? Like, yes, if you have that and then you sell them this product that they've been conditioned to be supportive of, because it contradicts.
Most people just want to be supportive of good products, not woke trash. If you offer a product that's good, by the way, because you can offer a product that's alternative to the mainstream, but if it's not good, people won't support it.
A political message that they agree, that they dislike and all that shit.
There's no political messaging in ISOM #1.
Or any of that. Yeah, of course it's going to succeed. But Eric July, the reason why this all started is because I told you that your success, you wouldn't have success without Marvel and DC, without your hate.
That's 100% incorrect. He's had success prior to Marvel and DC. With being part of Fire from the Gods, the vocalist of Fire from the Gods, a very popular band, by the way. I don't listen to them, but I know that they're very popular. And he's the front runner of his own band called Backwards.
Hatred of it, and I still mean that. You would not fucking ISOM.
You could continue to believe whatever you want. You're still a dumbass at the end of the day.
Would not be selling anywhere what it's selling right now if you did not have your audience to begin with.
Yes, because the audience that he's built up has realized that he makes genuinely good products and decides to invest in another good product, which is what his customers and fans have done, is support a good product because he's proven himself to be genuine and to have good ethics and provide good products and good content for people to enjoy.
Right? And it's not like you built your audience on anything positive or anything cool. You built your audience.
He started building his audience with music before anything else, which were positive things. So your argument just falls apart immediately.
Audience on fucking anger, on rage, and on entitlement and all that shit, So yeah, of course you're gonna be geared to support your original ideas, but that's very rare. That's an outlier. On your own, without that, nobody would give a shit.
So what about Ethan Van Sciver? What about Ethan Van Sciver? He made Cyberfrog, which was his own original thing, while he was working for DC. And still making Cyberfrog to this day. What about Shane Davis? What about John Malin? What about Cecil? Cecil was Cecil didn't work for Marvel or DC, but he managed to build an audience that genuinely liked him, and they supported a comic book that he made, and they trusted that he would deliver on a product. So what about all of them? Yes, some of the names I mentioned did work in Marvel and DC, but at the same time, you can work on Marvel and DC, but you could be shit too. Whereas people like Shane Davis, John Malin, and Ethan Van Sciver have talent. They have actual talent in drawing and writing stories. So what are you even saying?
And in fact, I'm pretty sure that if you didn't have that audience, you wouldn't even be trying to make comic books right now. Or let's face it, fucking metalcore, hip hop, whatever the fuck you want to call that.
Even if he didn't want to make comics, you know. So what? So what if that's what helped? That's what pushed him to make a comic book. And he's proven to you already that he's been a fan of Marvel comics for a long time. And he has the short and long boxes to back up the claims that he actually owns and reads and buys these comic books.
That shit, you know? Yeah, dude. Ultimately, it does not make sense in 2023 to fucking just put original characters out there simply because, you know, yeah, whatever. That might be the more philosophically cool way of doing things, and I do it.
You just make no sense, honestly. Alright, this should be the last clip for this video. It's way too long as it is.
Dude, yeah, I'm fat. It'd be like that, you know? Again.
Hey, I'm fat. I'm gonna die of heart disease.
If I, too, grifted a bunch of, like, vulnerable people by selling them some fucking bullshit narrative that made them feel like they were being...
It's not a bullshit narrative when you have facts and evidence to back it up.
Being victimized and validated and all that shit. Hey, I would have all the time in the world to work out, but I have a real job, and I have shit that...
Content creation is a real job. I'm sorry that Eric July hurt your fees and makes more money than you.
Like actually contribute to society in a positive way. I know you don't understand that, Eric July, but when you do that and you commute,
you can literally work out at home, weirdo.
You just don't got time to work out, bro. And frankly, I just kind of want to hang out and watch some TV at the end of the day because I worked hard that day. I did something positive, you know. You don't understand that, Eric July. That is a you.
I can guarantee the job that I do is way more important than yours. And yet I still have time to work out 5 days a week.
Problem. That is not a me problem. You know? Yeah.
It's 100% a you problem. You should go work out. Maybe your fucking brain will stop having Eric live in it rent free like he does. Maybe you'll actually do something with your life that's not griping over another man's success because you can't see the same type of success that he's seeing. But thank you all for checking out this video. I really do appreciate all the new subscribers, all the returning subscribers and viewers that watch my videos. Even if you don't subscribe, that's okay. I just appreciate that you watch the videos. Be sure to hit the like button if you do like the video. Comment below what you feel about all this. As I said, do not go and harass this guy at all. Keep all your comments in the comment section down below. Subscribe for more content if you like content like this, exposing people who intentionally lie about other people. Hit the bell for notifications. Set it to all. That way you get notifications anytime I post a new video. And I will see you all on the next one. Peace.